back, Kid Arcade TV. You're with Kid Arcade. We're about to get into another reaction video. If you imagine yourself a gunfighter, I ain't seen it yet. I just saw a couple of seconds. I think it's somebody about to get robbed or something like that at a gas station. But hey, with all that being said, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. Appreciate all the subscribers. Let's try to get to 2,000 now. Let's push it. I appreciate all the support. But let's get right into it, y'all. We're going to do this reaction and see what's what.
This 12 to 15 passenger transit van as containing a heavily armed robbery crew, rocking 2 rifles and 2 pistols. I'm not. I'm thinking this is either a large family or some type of shuttle service. The principles and tactics being used here are not surprising, but coming from this kind of vehicle, to me that does seem to be a kind of black swan event, meaning it's rare and considered an extreme outlier.
Hey man, that's crazy. They came out quick as I missed that. I completely missed that. Hold up.
Some type of shuttle service. The principles and tactics being used here are not surprising, but coming from this kind of vehicle, to me that does seem to be a...
I wonder if this just a random guy they robbing or if they been scoping him out. Because I see the Chrysler 300. I mean, not the most flashiest car, but I mean, it ain't cheap either, for some of these YNs or whatever. And he probably just a hustler from around the way. They might have recognized him or something. Because, I mean, or he could just be random. But they wild coming out like this. They act like they about to do an armored truck robbery. All this for one guy? Unless he just big time and we just don't know the backstory and he got bread or they think he got money or he pushing weight like that in their area. But for all this for him, that's crazy.
A kind of black swan event, meaning it's rare and considered an extreme outlier. Hey guys, retired Lieutenant Todd Heaton here with Timilitas First. This is a crazy example of why you don't stop in a high crime.
Dang, that happened so quick too. I can't even say dude slipping. I mean, they got the drop on him. I mean, the windows was tinted. They hopped out quick. That could have happened to the best of us, honestly. They hopped out too quick. They was on point. But I hope they getting more than a couple of little funky little dollars or whatever, because for all this, y'all should have been robbing armored trucks if y'all this damn coordinated. Not that I'm promoting violence or promoting people robbing armored trucks or anything like that, but I mean, all this for a guy that got, like, he probably ain't got that type of money on him for all 1, 2, 3, probably 3 other people in this big ass minivan or conversion van or whatever this is.
Prime dangerous area after dark to fill up your tank and then go inside and buy a snack. This is October 1st, 2022 at 10 p.m.
4 of them.
Yes, it is a high crime, dangerous area inside Philadelphia. The video is kind of broken up, so we get what we get, right? But the news report says that after the victim exited the store and walked back to his car, that's the point that the 4 masked men with guns jumped out of the white van and robbed the victim. Let's talk about winning principles. At about half of 1 second, we can see the victim look to the rear door of the van. The principle here is surprise. It's like a wicked Jack in the Box. For the victim, that's the observation stage. He sees. Now he has to process whatever it is that he's seen at about 1 1/10 of a second.
That's not a lot of time. I'm glad he got the clock on this, because that's not a lot of time to react to something like that. I don't care what you saying in the comments. I don't care what y'all saying at home. Oh, I would have did this. I would have did that. I could have moved. I would have already had my gun. Man, a half a second? There's no way.
Okay. We see the victim's overall height begin to drop.
Because you're already at a disadvantage. You're pumping gas. You're not thinking, even a most street cat that's on point. When that white conversion van, you're not thinking nothing like that. Now, if you saw somebody's car or, somebody's car that you recognize or even didn't recognize, you're going to be a little more observant than you would a conversion van this late at night, because you probably like, oh, that's somebody's work truck probably. Unless you just getting it like that, ain't too many people on that level, kingpin status, that should be looking over their shoulder with every car that comes around, especially a van, because you scared of getting kidnapped, because you dealing with kilos and millions of dollars. I just don't see that. I don't know the guy, but like I said, he in a Chrysler 300, nice little whip. It is Philly, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think they know who this guy is because he seemed like he a target because they even chased him into the store.
And his shoulders kind of shrug. That's called a flinch because of that wicked surprise. The victim, he remains in this shock and awe state until the 1.96 second mark, at which point clearly he's decided and he's begun to take action by turning and running for the perceived safety of the business. It's not going to be any kind of sanctuary for him. He's still going to get robbed of his material goods. So in less than 2 seconds, the bad guy is able to open the door, surprise, jump onto the hood, and then onto the roof, like that. Speed, and he's ready up, pointing the gun at you from about 1 meter away. That's violence of action. Surprise, speed, and violence of action. That's the winning principle.
Unless he already had his gun out before they hopped out the van. If he just was holding it, he might have had a chance. But then again, you got 3 other gunmen. And I think one of them, I thought I saw the assault, probably an AK or some type of assault rifle, I'm not sure, but would have got lit up.
This is within just about anybody's competency range, including those who...
And he better hope they still don't light him up, even if he give up this stuff that they robbing him for. Because nowadays, they still killing you.
Who haven't developed any hard skills at all, especially if he has the gun oriented at the victim's upper torso juxtaposed to his head, because the head's a smaller target. There'll be some people that are like, that's why I carry a gun. Okay, you tell me what you're going to do in this situation.
Exactly.
Because
you don't got enough time. The most trained person, a second, you could be the most trained. That's training every day, all day. Y'all ain't doing that. Stop it.
Winning principles, surprise, speed, and violence of action, were executed very efficiently in this case. You might call this sinking the ambush in deeply. Unjust criminal aggressors, robbery crews were able to sink the ambush in very deeply, stealing time away from the innocent person of goodwill. First,
I want to know who in that that car next to him. I know they like if they sit there. Hey man, I know if I was in that motherfucking other car, they pumping gas, so they probably sitting right in the car, looking at the whole shit go down. Yeah, I'm pulling off with it in the tank. I'm getting the hell up out of there, or I'm getting low. And they don't look like they got no tint on the windows on that car either. Over next to them, they drive off, cause you next.
Still time. Then they take whatever they want, maybe including your life. Had this been an assassination rather than a robbery, he's up on his target at a distance that it's actually difficult to miss, in a position where he's going to see you reaching for your waistline. Reaching for your waistline and drawing from concealment, that's a process that takes time. Do you practice it? So what's your time that you can consistently and repeatedly get that gun up the first shot? Your action of going for your gun is not going to beat his reaction of pulling the trigger in this particular situation. Action beating reaction has limits. This is most probably outside of those limits. Then it's a gamble. Does he have the will to pull the trigger? Unless he starts shooting me or some other extenuating circumstance, I'm going to comply 100% during the initial part of this violent transition.
That's not practical, what they doing. They training for something else. They training for like executive security, protecting, high visible, high like level clientele CEOs of certain companies, things of that nature. So this type of tactics, come on, man. Ain't no regular guy. Like the point he trying to make is ain't no regular person. No matter how many times you go to the gun range, on average, you're not learning the skill set it takes to really deal with what dude at the gas station is dealing with in the earlier part of this video. Them jumping out in less than 2 seconds, a second really. He was already on him with the gun. He was already on the hood of his car within a second. Like I said, you could say, "Oh, I'm John Wick," this, that, and the third. Even John Wick wouldn't have been able to react that quick. Would have probably complied, like dude said initially, until you can get to a more advantage over the guy with the gun. But that's crazy, man.
Have the fantasy of dozens of virgins in the next life, like the bad guys that our military had to face. We're talking about apples and oranges. Doesn't policing currently have a massive crisis in leadership, which of course is going to impact training? Yes, it does. So as a policeman, it's arguably better to get out of the car, regaining mobility, rather than desiring to fight from inside the coffin. But as a civilian, it might be better to fully exploit the focal shifts and the obscured views of a transition like we see here, with an officer in an unmarked car working surveillance in an alley in Louisville, Kentucky.
Give me a hand! Give me a hand!
Woo! Man, he was on point. He must have already saw him coming. I didn't see him until he got up on the hood of the car, so he probably already saw him out his peripheral and already started to, get his tool out.
The tactics at work in a carjacking are not going to work if it's the assassination of a police officer. These are radically different circumstances.
Oh, he trying to jimmy the lock. Oh, somebody in there. Oh.
What about competitive shooting instructors? Could they be the best source for a civilian as it relates to developing hard skills to a very high level? Yes. Tactically, it comes down to that individual's experiences in solving violent problems with force. They either have it or they don't. So can we take what's good from all of these potential sources? Yes. For at least a few years now, we have a group of guys who are pushing hard skills over and above tactics. The truth is, it takes long.
He going into something else about tactics and training. I don't know if he trying to sell a program or not, so I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit because I don't know what he's talking about right now.
People like new things. That's novelty.
Well, I know what he's talking about, but that's not what I'm about to react to, so we're going to go ahead and go back up here.
What about bad guys? Do they have a lot of hard skills? No, they have no hard skills. Man. They don't have anybody training them. They're not going to Ben Steger's classes.
I want to know what happened in that store.
They're not even going to the introductory level concealed carry courses.
They like, nah, we got you. Come here.
They don't know how to shoot two-handed with a good grip.
Oh, he got he got the little, damn, that's not an AK, is it? That's is that an AK? That's a Draco? Yeah, that's a Draco. They don't look like an AK. Yeah, that's a Draco. Damn.
Not care less about the 4 firearm safety rules. The most important thing is that we come to know the principles, the underlying fundamental principles. The tactics, techniques, and procedures, they can and they do get tweaked. The bad guys, they just learn from the good guys, and vice versa.
Yeah, how didn't you pull up in front of him after your man's got
It's a violent back and forth game.
Damn, they've been training. Watch this shit.
Principles, the underlying fundamental principles. The tactics, techniques, and procedures, they can and they do get tweaked. The bad guys, they just
pulled up in the back. Smooth move. I give him that. Initially, smooth move. But where he messed up at, you still gave him space. He got all this space in between the curb. He could have got up out of that. If they I would have got up out of that. I definitely would have got up out of that. Let me run this back real quick. I would have. Let me be realistic. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you for real, honest truth. If I would have got up out of this, I know I would have.
Fundamental principles, the tactics, techniques.
As soon as I saw him doing this, I would have been already.
Then
I saw that. Oh
the bad guys, they just learn from the good guys.
I would have got up out of there,
and vice versa.
He probably would have got a couple shots. I would have got up out of there.
It's a violent back and forth game that we play.
It's some cards
It's
right
like
here,
the core tenet.
They ain't even block him
all
in right.
problems related to security.
The car behind did, but the car up front still left too much room. If he was paying attention, he could have probably got up out of there.
Go ahead, build a firewall.
He had a better chance than the guy at the gas station. I could tell you that much to get up out of there.
Guess what? The hacker is going to find a way through the firewall, and you're going to have to build a better one. And they're going to find a
get about the car. Come on, get about the car.
Way to hack that.
Give me
it's
that.
Back and forth. So if the people that most frequently actually use violence
in America? Yeah, that's America.
Out on the streets in cities and urban areas, if those are bad guys, unjust criminal aggressors, predators, they're the ones
they carjacking?
Doing all the crime. We should study how they do what they do. There's 3 ways that come to mind to how to gain experiential knowledge. 1, you do that thing. But if you become a criminal, yeah, you're going to learn, but you're going to, go to prison for a long time or get killed.
They got this man laying on his stomach in the middle of the... They got him laying on his stomach in the middle of the street. Why was you sitting right there anyway in your car? You gotta be more on point.
Both of those outcomes are...
I would have got up out of that. I really believe so. I really believe so. He probably would have got a shot off maybe. I don't know. But I could have got up out of there.
Bad. The second way to gain experiential knowledge is to grow up in a high crime dangerous area.
What's going on right here with the car already? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. You know, you got a front row seat to these things that happen. So you see the violence unfold. You see how unfair it is. You see how people get whacked, right? But then you're limited to the number of violent encounters that you actually see. I'm going to say far superior to that is study the game film. Videos of robberies and such. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to...
Okay. Homeboy in the Charlotte jersey wasn't playing no games. Dude got out pump faking. Look at his man, pump faking. He already letting loose. Y'all got the drop on him. Y'all already jumped out the car. But he the one shooting, so they weren't really about nothing.
Begin to see patterns. Not perfectly. There's no guarantees.
I mean, now he started shooting, but look how he's running back. They about to shoot each other.
In that moment.
Clowns. Wanna be thugs, boy. Everybody wanna be gangster till them guns come out. Don't really be about that life. Dude in the jersey was, though. But the crazy thing is, they pulled up on him and the two young ladies that he's talking to. We don't have no audio, so we don't know if they was talking trash. We don't see what was going on beforehand because they backed in. They was like parked beside him. What is
the second way?
Look, the car's down here to the bottom right of the screen. It looked like she's looking over at the car like as if I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna make it up as we go. They probably trying to holler at them, disrespecting my man right here. Probably they feel like they deep, they got guns. Not knowing he got a gun because look, his jersey's down. Like, it's not tucked in, so his gun is probably under the jersey. So, and he got his side, he's kind of turned away from him so they can't see that side because that's where he pulled the gun out at. He probably already talking to these chicks or with these chicks. They trying to holler. Probably got, the girl probably ain't giving them the time of day, so they get mad, so they going to pull back.
Is to grow up in a high crime dangerous area. You know, you got to...
We ain't listening to this white man saying, y'all listen to me. They pull back. Look, I'm telling you, that's what's going on. They trying to holler,
front
and
row
the girls
seat
it's like whatever, and they probably think dude
so
is sucker.
You see the violence unfold. You see how unfair
how they
it
get
is.
out pump faking.
You see how people get whacked, right? But then you're limited to the number of...
Look how he even pull it out and hold it. Not saying, hey, it got happen to the best of us. But even the way he moving, dude reaching right now. He holding his gun down. He ain't even pulling it out for real. He ain't about shit.
Violent encounters that you actually see.
He's pulling. They ain't shooting. None of them. He's still holding his gun down. Hey, my man by the car with the black shirt on, he's still holding his gun down. He still ain't pointed. Dude in the jersey has already reached for his, then got in a shooting position, backing away. My man by the car still ain't got his gun up. He's not about that life. Dude that got out from the back seat comes out. He's standing like, what's up? Like he on an old 1950 gangster movie trying to hold it low, but still trying to, get funky to the girl. Did the girl pull out? It's some glare right here. She running. She getting the hell out of Dodge. But the whole way they moving, them two guys, they need to stay out the street.
Film. Videos of robberies and such.
I hope he hit
Guess
him
what
too.
You're going to do? You're going to begin to see patterns.
That's all self-defense on the guy in the jersey at this point. That's all self-defense. And I ain't going to say I hope he hit him. I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to wish death on nobody. But I hope he at least, stopped him, hurt him enough to, where one, they going to think twice about pulling this dumb nonsense with somebody else. And then also so he can get up out of there because he wasn't even bothering him.
Patterns. Not perfectly. There's no guarantees. You have to be able to adapt to whatever's happening in that moment.
Dude got shot in the ass. Look how he jumping up like he got shot in the ass. He got a hot one in the ass. He jumped up like he got shot in his ass or something. And then his homeboy, they about to shoot each other, two clowns. And who's the driver, man? Y'all some clowns. Your boys some fucking suckers and they some clowns.
And lastly, You can gain experiential knowledge from somebody who has been there and done that. The problem with that,
like a bee stung him in the butt or something, and he dropped his gun. Come on, man. Y'all some clowns. It was 2-on-1. First off, it was 2-on-1. Y'all both had guns. You gave him time to pull out. Is that a Louis bag? Looked like he was just shopping. That looked like somebody left their shopping bag right there. I don't know what's in it, but y'all should have picked that up. And then y'all don't even get back in the car. You came in the car, but then y'all running off. Why didn't you just get back in the car? That's why the driver just still sitting there, because the driver ain't even pulled off yet. They probably trying to figure out why y'all running. Suckers.
That is, criminals are
why
liars.
Why y'all running? Why didn't you get back in the car?
That becomes a part of who they are.
That
becomes a part of
the guy in the jersey already ran off, so why y'all running?
What they are. Liars. So you can't really trust that. You can take what they tell you and you can compare it to what you see. And when it's in accord with what you're seeing, okay, well then.
All right, see, he playing. He playing right now. He on some prejudice stuff right now. Now he going clip to some youngins in the music video, basically trying to say, look, don't be scared of these YNs. And they ain't got look like some white supremacists on this jump. Yeah, we good on that. Yeah, we good on this video. I feel like he's starting to try to do like stereotypes and stuff like that. But all in all, man, that was a crazy video. If I could find this footage by itself, it would have been cool. But anyway, I'm doing a reaction from this guy's video. And that's it. That was crazy, though. They got a dude at this gas station in less than a second, y'all. So any of y'all out there in the comments, please be honest. Do you think you could have got up out of this situation? Maybe get off a shot with this one, this first one. And the other one where the guy was sitting on the side of the road and they bucked the U-turn, tried to block him off in the front of the car, blocked him off in the back. Do you think you could have got out of that? I think I could have got out of that situation. But this one at the gas station, I would have probably been worse off than this dude. I don't even know if I would have been able to run. They was on him in a second. They was already on the hood of the car, on the roof of the car, like, damn, you got me. I ain't no quitter, but goddamn, you got me, man. You got me. But hey, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Kid Arcade TV. Your host, Kid Arcade. Another reaction video down. I'll see you in the next one. All right, peace.